It's now Monday afternoon, and the storm force winds, while still strong, begin to die down. No one imagines the extent of Katrina's devastation that they're about to witness.
You are absolutely not going to believe what you are about to see. I am standing at DeBees Road and Highway 90, and across the street is supposed to be the 8 Flags display. The 8 Flags display is gone, has disappeared, and that's just the beginning of an absolutely amazing scene in Biloxi and Gulfport. Wait till you see what else is gone. This used to be the very popular Olive Garden restaurant, but Hurricane Katrina gutted its interior. Grape decorations suddenly adorn neighboring trees. Across the street, Red Lobster couldn't withstand Katrina's incredible power. It was the same way at Ryan's Steakhouse next door. 3 restaurants all gone, all eaten up by a ferocious hurricane. The scene gets even more shocking up DeBees Road. A van literally slammed through an apartment complex's brick wall. It almost looked like it parked in a garage. The facility's interior courtyard is now missing several second-floor units. They crumbled like a house of cards when Katrina came ashore. Lumber and limbs littered the road. The only building still standing at this corner, the new Legacy condominium.
The scene along the beach in West Biloxi is one of devastating damage. We are out here in the late afternoon, almost early evening hours, and you can see the wind still from the backside of Hurricane Katrina. A devastating storm that caused a lot of damage from what we can see so far, particularly along the immediate coastline. Greg, if you want to go ahead and swing around, just look at that. Highway 90 is still underwater down there. There are light poles out there, pieces of what used to be palm trees. An oak tree lies, part of it lies over in the distance. Businesses demolished and destroyed here. Signs with pieces strewn about. Folks, it is just the worst damage that I have seen on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and I have been covering storms since I moved here 16 years ago.
I mean, this is just relentless, continued blowing winds. And you know, the winds out there, when I was walking around my house, the wind gusts were...
oh my goodness, look at that.
The damage seems remarkable at first, but the level of Katrina's wrath has yet to be seen. South Mississippi is shocked with reports that casinos, huge structures that line the beach, are no longer where they belong.
I have not been down there, but understand the Grand Casino's barges on across the street. Some Magic's casino barges across in the street.
I heard the president was as well.
President, I don't know. I haven't heard anything on Treasure Bay yet, but
and
you know,
from what I understand, Hard Rock will have to be rebuilt.
I can see it from City Hall, and it's the superstructure up there has come off.
The President Casino is not there.
What about Treasure Bay?
Treasure Bay is there.
Oh.
But I can't, it's in a different location, it seems, at least, to be in a different location. Maybe it's because the President's not there.
So it's hard to get a perspective.
So it's hard to get a
it.
perspective.
Yeah.
But let's start with this. The President Casino doesn't exist in the Broadwater Marina. It's not there. It's just gone.
It's not up on Highway 90?
I've heard it may be on Highway 90.
On Point Cadet in Biloxi, the destruction is catastrophic.
I'm standing here in front of the Biloxi Ocean Springs Bridge, or what used to be the Biloxi Ocean Springs Bridge. Words cannot describe how this looks. Just look at it. A lot of people have joined me up here just looking at what Katrina has left behind. As you can see at the bottom here, 2 J.L. Scott Marina buses gutted, stuck in the mud from this storm. If you look over to my left, Point Cadet Plaza, empty. The Golden Fisherman just lying on his side. I'm surprised that he made it through, but he's still right there laying on his side. There to your right. Look over here at the Seafood Museum. Gone. Years of collecting history of the Mississippi Gulf Coast washed away. Look over here behind me. The J.L. Scott Marina. Gone. It's words just cannot describe how the Mississippi Gulf Coast is looking. I'm standing here with a few people who have been out here just looking at what's going on. What do you think?
It's devastating. It's something I would never believe if I didn't see it. It's tragedy.
The Biloxi Ocean Springs Bridge, a major thoroughfare in and out of town, destroyed. Casino barges once on the water now litter city blocks.
This is the Grand Casino barge, which is washed up across Highway 90, about to the site where Tullis Manor was located. And folks, I saw the shots from the air. I saw some of the newspaper photographs. It's just not the same as in person. This is just incredible. First of all, just the enormous size of this barge. I'm struck by its enormity. I just had no idea how massive one of these barges is. And it gives you that much more of an appreciation for how powerful that storm must have been to do that to this barge that weighs goodness knows how much. I don't know how many tons one of those barges weighs, but it is tons and tons of steel. And it flopped it over across Highway 90 just like a tinker toy. Flopped it across Highway 90 over to the Tullis side, away from the Grand Casino side. As we head down toward Casino Row, we're going to turn up Oak Street here. And again, you know, if you don't have familiarity with this area, it's tough. Even me, and I'm familiar with these streets, it's tough to kind of gauge your way around when so many buildings and landmarks and things are missing. This is a pile of debris at the foot of Oak and Highway 90. And you can just look at this mess down here. It gives you some idea of the devastation of this storm. As we turn up Oak here, the bottom portion of the Grand Hotel, Bayview Hotel on this side, ripped out. You can see the destruction there. Yes, the tower of the hotel itself still standing, but much destruction to be dealt with there. As we head up Oak Street, just what's become now a familiar sight in so many of these neighborhoods, just piles of debris. And so close to the water here, we are certainly talking about storm surge debris. The water, which comes in and does its destruction and just pushes things around as it pleases, including houses. Pushes houses in and off their foundation and rips apart roofs. And frankly, I'm surprised that actually this close to the water that some of even portions of these structures are still standing. That part is amazing when you see just the destruction around you here. It's just unbelievable. It is truly unbelievable. As we come up to the corner of Oak and Howard here, we're going to take you through just a little bit of a tour down Howard Avenue, and of course have to be careful with the emergency equipment, the public works people so busy here, keeping busy trying to remove the debris. See what was a service station there. This was the corner of Oak and Howard as we're headed now west on Howard Avenue, and you can just see you see the destruction from this storm and how enormous that path of water must have been to do all of this. As we head down Howard Avenue here, American flag there on the side of the building, and that is one thing. That is one thing that touches you as well. You come out, and I don't know how many flags we've seen today. If we've seen one, we've probably seen 24 American flags in the different neighborhoods. People just as a sign of determination and just proud to be an American. You know, despite all of this, that unity, that we will come back, we will survive. Just it gives you a sense of pride to see the flag amid the ruin. There's somebody from CenterPoint Energy coming in, and all the public utility workers that have done such a tremendous job and are still doing a tremendous job, the tremendous task which lies ahead of restoring power to the coast. When you travel out and about, another thing I'm struck by is we see this utility crew at work here. To go out on I-10, and I've traveled I-10 quite a bit in the last few days, to see the caravans of not only utility trucks, but caravans of ambulances, caravans of emergency personnel, of police and fire. I've seen them coming from as far away as Miami, from Pennsylvania, from other states to the north of us, all just pouring in here to help South Mississippi in our time of need. And certainly this is a time of need as we continue to survey the scene down Howard Avenue. Just unbelievable as you look down here. I'm thinking about the last time I drove down here before the storm, and just realizing, you know, you take things for granted. You take buildings for granted, houses and landmarks and businesses, and suddenly they're gone. Suddenly they're gone in just one day's time with a storm the size of Katrina. Here was the Seashore Mission. The Seashore Mission wiped out, we've done many stories down here in the past. The Seashore Mission, a place to belong, a place to learn, a place to worship, the sign says. Now a place that will have to be rebuilt. And the Seashore Mission, which provides help to the homeless, that task will certainly become that much more greater with Hurricane Katrina and the numbers of homeless people that the storm has created. On our trip by Howard Avenue, we realized we were close to the Episcopal Church of the Redeemer, so we wanted to stop by for a look. There was too much debris in the streets to get there by car, so we had to walk down here. This is what we found. just the shell of a sanctuary, is all that remains of the Episcopal Church of the Redeemer. This church that had come to symbolize Hurricane Camille, because as you'll recall, after that storm, its bell tower survived. The bell tower did not make it this time. There's no bell tower left here. Over here on the steps leading into the sanctuary, somebody's placed a couple of small statues here, as nothing remains of this sanctuary except for the steel beams. You couldn't even tell that this place was a church if you didn't know. And of course, this is also the site where they had, not long ago, the dedication of the memorial to the victims of Hurricane Camille. Let's take a walk down here, because I don't know what's left of this monument down here, which was dedicated not long ago. You see just pieces of brick and twisted wire. There's a church sign. The Episcopal Church welcomes you. Church of the Redeemer. There's no church building left. I'm sure there is a church left in the form of the believers that make up this congregation, who I'm certain are just so saddened to see the structure blown down by Katrina. Let's walk down here to where this Hurricane Camille monument that so many people have visited. As I look down here and see just the remains of what was the bell tower, just bricks scattered along here of this bell tower right in front of Highway 90. Here was the Hurricane Camille Memorial. Oh, it's just sad. It's sad. The pieces of granite have been tossed around here. The names were on these plates of granite. This was a beautiful tile mosaic, a water pool done by a local artist. And you can see that just storm water now just dirties this. You can still read the names. I'm just hoping that I'm hoping someone will be able to recover bits and pieces of this and perhaps incorporate it into a new monument to both Camille and Katrina. Perhaps there's a flag, small flag that somebody's placed up here on the twisted flagpole. Watch your step there, Travis. Just there's where that tattered flag had been hanging. Someone's placed a new flag there. Of course, that ever became a symbol of determination for the entire Mississippi Gulf Coast. That turned down flagpole with the tattered flag flying atop it, that became so symbolic in the post-Camille period. That became so symbolic of the determination and the spirit of those on the Mississippi Gulf Coast to rebuild. Now Katrina, which takes slabs of granite like this that I couldn't even manage to budge, and just tosses it about and just does this to this Hurricane Camille monument. It's just now in ruins. They'll have to build something else. Look at this, the bell. I just noticed this, Travis. Here's the bell from the bell tower lying here on the ground. Bricks from the bell tower over this way. The bell tower collapsed. The bell tower, which was the site of many memorial services down here on this beautiful church grounds. Hopefully they will be able to rebuild this, and I'm sure that they'll approach that with a spirit of determination and of willingness to rebuild what this storm has swept away. But just one more mark of the devastation here of Katrina. The Church of the Redeemer, no longer here. The bell tower gone. The Hurricane Camille monument, also in ruins.
A community is known for its landmarks. One of Gulfport's landmarks is Rice Pavilion, but Rice Pavilion is no more. What I'm stepping on is obviously a wall, now a floor, a wall from a storage area. I'm guessing because there are chairs here and other equipment probably used during the fishing rodeo and the many other events that Rice Pavilion has hosted all these many years. In the distance, to my right, is the Port of Gulfport. The Port of Gulfport doesn't have any facilities left anymore. Chiquita, Dole, both complexes that ship bananas in and out of the port have disappeared. And beyond that is the Copa Casino. And the Copa Casino is hundreds of feet from where it's supposed to be as the storm, Hurricane Katrina, carried it inland. Grand Casino beyond that, half of its barge is now sitting on Highway 90. It's just a sight unlike anything you are ever going to see.
And Highway 90, where so many businesses, casinos, and beautiful mansions once stood, is now mostly impassable. In Hancock County, the part of Mississippi hit hardest by Katrina, the damage is inconceivable.
The people over here in Hancock County and Bay St. Louis and Waveland, I mean, you can see there's absolutely nothing left.
The Bay St. Louis and Waveland communities look like ground zero. The Bay St. Louis Bridge, another vital gateway, completely wiped out. The damage all across the area is stunning.
People are walking around kind of in a daze right now, unsure about what to do or where to go, and just trying. I think they're just in a lot of shock right now.
What did you think when you walked out the door and saw all this?
Camille again.
Mm-hmm. Did you truly expect this much damage and devastation?
No. I expected some, but I didn't expect this much.
I didn't think something would hit here this hard.
What we are facing here in Biloxi is that this city was decimated on many levels.
The magnitude of it is mind-boggling. I'm guessing tens of thousands of homes that are gone.
The breadth, the intensity of destruction, it's obliteration in a lot of places. It's unimaginable.
That one there, him over there behind me, all of us got messed up. Everywhere you can go around through here and look, you drop your head.
You're mad, you're angry, you're hurt, you're sad, you're glad to be alive, and yet you're devastated. That was our home.
There's been widespread and extensive devastating damage here in Hancock County. It's everywhere. From Waveland to Bay St. Louis, to Lakeshore, to Claremont Harbor, it's everywhere.
From city line to city line in Long Beach, it's the same thing the rest of the coast has. It appears from the assessments we're seeing that Long Beach and Pass Christian took a pretty hard hit from this, and it's history from Camille. We're seeing more damage than what we have from Camille, and it's total devastation.
Judging from Camille, which was our standard, if we came through Camille, we were okay. But now there's a new standard.
Camille was terrible, and Katrina is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. You like to document things like this because sometimes you question your memories later on, but the pictures don't lie, and it's really just unbelievable.
The things that I really need, I'm unable to find. Clothes, pictures, that sort of thing. That you can replace clothes, but you can't replace pictures. Just everything's gone. Just total devastation. The whole neighborhood's gone.
I know it's just stuff, but it's like all your pictures and wedding dress, and it's just weird. And I used to love, we were so happy here.
This is terrible. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I hope I never do again. This is terrible. Just destroyed, just gone.
I just can't imagine this. It's just unbelievable. Just know that we'll all pull together and it'll be okay. We always do. It's what we're all about.
It isn't long before people realize they've experienced a hurricane so massive that it eclipses the one long burned into South Mississippi's collective memory as a storm of all storms.
It's Katrina now. It ain't no more Camille. It's Katrina.